Ever consume arsenic on purpose? Maybe because it tastes good? Isn't that ridiculous? I know, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. If you have some poison like arsenic, some poison, you know it's poison. You know it could kill you. But maybe it tastes really good, so you want to just maybe put a little bit on your food, knowing it's bad, but you want to taste it. We wouldn't do that, would we? Well, a lot of people need to grasp the concept about vegetable seed oils. Seed oils are like arsenic. They don't kill you right away if you have a little bit, but over time, over years, it causes oxidative stress inside your body, and it will contribute to disease which will kill you. Okay? We ingest things in our food today because they taste good and they look good, but we don't realize that they are micro-poisons. Artificial flavors, artificial colors, preservatives, additives, shiny sprays. These in small doses make the food palatable and tasty, and they preserve it and they make it look good, but we are consuming a lot of this in today's modern processed foods. And over time, it's like arsenic. You are contributing to poison. Let's take oxalate, for example. Oxalate is that microscopic shard of glass type substance that's in some plant matter, many plants, like spinach and rhubarb and dark chocolate and cinnamon and turmeric. I could go on and on. There's a long list of highly toxic oxalate plant foods that when you eat a small amount, you're ingesting a lot of oxalate, and that is a poison to your body. Your body has to get rid of it. It has to dump it. And a lot of times it comes out through your kidneys in the form of a calcium oxalate kidney stone, which is excruciating. Take it from me. Sometimes it comes out through a woman's breasts, through people's eyes, through the skin. It can make you feel like you have the flu. Oxalate is an end product that we actually make, but in microscopic amounts, and our body can deal with that. But when we consume these high oxalate plants, our body does not have the bandwidth to deal with so much that it is a poison. And it will hurt you. Some people can actually die of oxalate toxicity. They can. I went to the hospital with a terrible kidney stone because before I learned about all of this, knowledge is power. Now I know I'll never consume these foods again. But I was making shakes with lots of chia seeds, known for high oxalate. And I would put a teaspoon of cinnamon, high oxalate. I would put a teaspoon of pumpkin spice. I would put turmeric because I heard it was good for you. And then I put in a whole bunch of spinach leaves, and I used to make a juice that I thought was healthy because all those little ingredients are supposedly healthy, because I read that each one has these amazing benefits, right? These antioxidants, but I didn't read that they were high in oxalate. I was making so many of these supposedly healthy smoothies for myself over many years. And I was making a lot of spinach salads, and I ate a lot of dark chocolate. When I went keto, I made dark chocolate on my double broiler, and I sweetened it with my monk fruit, thinking I wasn't getting any carbs and sugar and very few carbohydrates from the cacao. Little did I know I was poisoning myself with a toxic amount of oxalate. Now I have to deal with dumping all of this from my body, and it has to happen very slowly, otherwise it hurts. And I did plenty of videos on oxalate dumping. Search my name and click oxalate dumping or just oxalates. Did interviews with people about oxalate. Knowledge is power. Learn about what really is in the food. When they tell you that a food is good for you, and they tell you all the good benefits about this particular food, this plant, dig a little deeper, because there's also anti-nutrients in those plants. Some of them are highly toxic, like oxalate. Some people have a very serious allergic reaction or sensitivity to phytates and lectins and salicylates. There are so many anti-nutrients in some plants that you're poisoning yourself, just as if you were taking some arsenic. You know that arsenic is poisoning. You've heard that. You learned about arsenic poison. I think the poison in rat poisoning, right, if you have rodents, is arsenic. So we know through knowledge is power not to eat arsenic, but do we know not to eat oxalate? Not to eat some of these other things that are in foods? They're in microscopic amounts so you don't die right away. But some of them collect, and over time, they are toxic and can hurt you. Open and learn. Don't take what anybody says about something at face value. Do your own research. We have the Google machine. We can do our own research with our own brains, and we can find articles and studies on our own and learn. I've learned that it's very safe for me to stick with carnivore. That's why I'm a carnivore. I eat only beef, lamb, pork, poultry, fish, and eggs. You've heard me say this list a million times. I will only use saturated animal fats to cook with, like butter, bacon fat, chicken fat, lamb fat. I don't even use the 3 OK fats, coconut, avocado, and olive oil. I don't use those that much at all anymore. And I'm really healthy, and I'm at my optimal weight. And am I still dumping oxalates? Guess what? I am. Because they stay in your body over time. They collect. You don't want to dump them all at once because you might die or end up in the hospital, and I've already been there. So when I feel a dumping symptom coming on from all that poison I ingested called oxalate, I know what it feels like. I get this flu-like symptom sometimes. I just feel icky, disgusting. And there's no reason for it. I don't have a cold. I don't have the flu. I know it's oxalate dumping. What do? If it's really bad, I try to push through it, but if it's really bad, I actually eat some oxalate. I eat some dark chocolate. And that slows the dumping symptoms down so they dump slower. And then that, 5 to 7 day icky feeling is finished for a bunch of months until maybe 4 or 5 months later it happens again. And hopefully I can get all this oxalate out of my system within the next 3 or 4 years. I've been trying to get it out of my system for the last 2 or 3 years. I think I still have a lot in there because I know what I ate. All right, when you eat lots of oxalate, it doesn't come out right away. It gets stored in the interstitial fluid around the different organs and everything. And when it's time to dump, when it moves, when the cell transporter takes it in accidentally, that's when you have problems. There's a lot of knowledge on the internet about oxalate. Don't knowingly poison yourself with oxalate and other foods that contain additives, preservatives, flavorings. Just stay away from processed food and you'll be really healthy. My friends, don't eat arsenic, but also don't eat processed food because all those ingredients that are not food, they're chemicals, are microtoxic poisons, just like arsenic is a poison. Have a great day.